I'm so bored. I'm at Central Market. You can give me money for food. You can decapitate when I'm in assistance. Narrate me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. What is it that they want to tell me? That because my kid now flips microgreens, I have a right to eat greens when they're readily available. So they're so gross and they never learn how to be men. So la lich que lo viola. Le digo, you know how you can get her back and sew her and she'll be all over your dick like I do. So el tipo me maltrata, me roba mi dinero, quiero verme desgreñada, jodida, casi muerta, muerta. To get off, does he jerk off everything think about me? One poor, tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? I miss Dana, I miss Kimani. I miss Jaden, I miss Kimani. I didn't give up Dana and didn't give up Kimani. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money, steals my vehicles. I'm bored. I'm eating pizza. So good. This for dessert. I should paint it because I need toilet paper. As if strippers do a wrong thing. Ew. If not their talent and what they want to be doing, no one should judge the stripper. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Lord. Why is some financially stable? I'm trying to tell my family and people I don't call them this money. So, zero people are watching. Anyway, I will receive money through my GoFundMe campaign. Where's my PayPal account? Well, he want to grab when the kids don't have networking. All of your kids, colleagues, are my kids, and I was in their mother's bedroom. Cool. Some of them cried right before it happened. They don't want me this week because I pretend to be you is gonna infiltrate my actual relationship while I get pregnant with the baby that I want. Just 2 years later, laugh at you and be like, ha ha ha, yeah, baby with me, or I wasn't there in your bedroom. I want him there for Jaden's and Kailani's conception. Yeah, I already processed that before 2020. Like I may be surrounded by leeches, or these people know Carlitos and La Leech, or were infiltrated by my siblings in their life most recently. Let's go. Okay. My siblings may have not talked to Sarah Francis in a while. They're like, oh, there she is on Facebook. Nice. Yeah. What else? I'm so bored. So bored. I want to look. I am going peppers on my pizza. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. You know, I got peppers. Stayed up later in my apartment. What did I miss? What else? 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 That's so good. I haven't heard about the egg. Oh, did he rape me there or he drugged me and illegally prostituted me there? That goes along. It's so gross. I can't celebrate myself. You can decapitate me, so the citizens that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of receiving money they facilitated. Females to rape me before in Puerto Rico. I don't remember if in the United States they may have drugged me and flown me in to rape me. Long lost when they're still begging me for sex, like that's worth it. No le cabe la cabeza that if he raped me and caused for people to rape me and has starved me on purpose for more than 30 years, that's not worthy of my attention ever. Ew, 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 ew. Date a girl to remind me of them daily. I'm like, no. When Igor and I were privately, I'm like, no, I don't want to be reminded of them ever. I don't want to get raped. That's all my husband. Not even my second cousin if no one respect me. Yeah. Then he goes on to brag how like leeches can pretend to be me and le paga más caro with money. But to those who are tipo un cuerpo, una velocidad, una basura. Near me ever. Mi hermano se lo sigue mamando de hasta que les den la pena de muerte juntos a pico. The penalty candidates, I don't want them near me. Laughing at La Leach that thought that I would take down every post that I posted on social media about how I'm a victim of theft, domestic violence, abuse, sexual harassment, rape, harassment, and hate crime. They think that una se enamora de eso y una dice, no, yo no puedo matar con la pena de muerte. Yo mejor me voy a trabajar en McDonald's. Y como un mac and cheese de ese barato. Y Chef Boyardee, aunque me cague encima. Do they try to speak for me? They gaslight people. No, I just no. People believe it because they're like, this person has a last name. Same last name. And I don't know her. So la verán por ahí en Fustan, en Fustan. In the journey negros en la comprar. Diciendo que estoy no te voy a decir que chiste peseta casi. Muy, me decía. Ay, no, de la pena de muerte, Carlito, por favor. No, que yo te voy a mamar. What else? One. I'm bored. Ang minsan, Berlin Gym me lo va a entregar. Y que con diapers puesto en un parking lot. La Shaila esa me lo va a entregar con abdominales y todo. Ginny de la Lady me lo piensa entregar usado. And they go on introducing those people as their wife. Oh, that was cool. They're very dangerous. Yeah. You can decapitate Ginny Jandali, Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Berlin Jean. You can decapitate La Shaila esa. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his son that raped me and steal my money and get away with my money. So, I'll be heading to the library tomorrow. What's on library after I shop at HEB. My usual Caesar salad, chocolate maybe, red stick, water, banana, and yogurt. And then I plan to go back after charge my phone at HEB. And head over back to HEB when I'm done eating my food and my phone and my computer charged. Because I have electricity in my apartment. But if I have to receive money, that's what I'll be doing. And I'll be heading over to HEB, getting a gallon of water, some bread, some peanut butter, a few bananas. My food stamps don't get deposited until the 25th. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals from me, Jada and Kinlami, everyone that has caused my homelessness, my poverty, my starvation, my dehydration. Oh, he wants to play. I'm so dehydrated that I have diarrhea. I am maybe What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Julian decapitated Venegas, Beach. You can decapitate the señora Miguel Lorenzo, una puerta. What else? What else? What else? What else? It's so fun to see them fighting for juice like this. They think they're embarrassing one. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. Es una puerca, ya no sabe que hay Tiffany and Co here. Ew, que ella compra. Ella toma pena ilegalmente para no comprar Tiffany and Co. Si compran Tiffany Co. O ella behind the scenes cree que yo soy Barbie Cholula with Oaxaca wear, que es caro. Have you not been to places and you're like, not Mexican embroidered food? Ew. ¿Qué carajo me tiene que importar lo que ella hace con el tipo ese que ella viola? Please, no me pinta que eso es un matrimonio. La tipa es una puerca. You can decapitate the señora Mira Lorenzo. You can decapitate La Lich. Benjamin Suarez also sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Tomorrow they'll be like, Jesse, I'll be taking you to Tiffany and Coco and generally enseñante lo que es de verdad la vida buena. Yeah. Y así lo dicen con el dinero de Arlene. And they're like, dale, te espero así a la una. Ew, 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 ew. Que comen en Oaxaca. Have you seen that cheese? Oh my gosh. That I thought earlier, like I may want to buy. Can't remember. I'm born. $2 necesitamos para eso. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Mira eso, mira eso. 2 pounds of Oaxaca cheese. I mean, Oaxaca cheese. For real. For real. Era tipo una bruta. They're all day. And licking pussy is so gross. They don't want to even be doing math or thinking about anything. You know, my baby daddy's a sex addict. So no se quiere sentar a hacer matemática y darme el dinero que me roba. It's like whatever, what's about tequila worth? For real. For real. Fuck my life. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What else? Um, and this is not the charge my phone at all. Flex. Oh, the cream is there in the semi-middle demo for that white stuff. What else? Ustedes la se vean talent. What else? He may have a plan. It's like if I cut languages the internet, let pretty ones still speak. See, everything has been stolen from non-leach. In what? A matter of 3 days. Work it's out there, international court, FBI knows it. Some people speak that way. Starve la leash. Por una semana it's not truly starved, but it's like, oh my god, I drank so much milk. Oh, ella tenía like leche. Oh, como si fuera steaming. No people hating our urbanization program. Here's why. Porque what did you buy at Walmart today? And a lot of people are so weird. They associate Walmart with America as if it doesn't exist overseas. Walmart is the American package. Like that would be Target. Mm-hmm. What marketing job did I win? Edgar wants to know so he can give me the money for the wardrobe. From my own money. Let's start with my own. No, you're gonna get raped with a gorda. Oh. And I'm not even blaming you because I know who raped you, fucking Carlitos. So you only mentioned it once. I wasn't fat when I met him. I ate. Oh my god, se me comió la güey. Leech, no leech. It's like, oh, and if I knew, and I could kill them with the knife, I would be like, even their mother says sometimes, like she takes it a little too far, like that's something. And they were trying to find a reason to hate my kids, possibly. And then maybe they did, not like enough to kill them in self-defense. Pero they read and they're like, oh, I don't like how those kids don't provide for their moms, so my kid is overexposed. I'm really, wow, that's so pretty. What else? What else? This is so pretty. How old is she? And is this a current picture? That's so pretty. Y que mi amiga Kate, que me lambe la bola. El tipo es un puerco. Miss Kate somewhere says, I wish I would have been Arlene. Que me lambiera las tetas porque I'm more attracted to Arlene. Pero la leech, little dinero Arlene, Arlene can't date. So here he is, mamándome las nalgas. Like, no, las nalgas porque la teta hubiese sido tu prima segunda. And ideally the three of us together, you're no man enough. Gordon, but I just see an Eiffel Tower. Where is it? What You guys rejected of her. People try to avoid him. What is at orgies? People may let him in at places and then they call 911. They're like, La Licho's here. Anyway, very picture. Very cute picture of Miss Mouse. So pretty. That is so pretty. And no one goes on criticizing her. What else? What else? Not even the gente. Three people are watching. Zero. Oh, there it is. Americans had a lot of time to prepare gente. And they keep still wondering about Reeboks and don't shop. Oh, but no recession around. Okay, who's your girl? With the most monkeys that follow her. And a sick mother that she didn't go on to take care of. They're nasty. That doesn't make me a good daughter. My mother said that again, and she said, well, I never asked her to celebrate my accomplishments. I just wanted to treat her well. And most recently, where was I in the news? This is something that since we downloaded, this was something that I read yesterday. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There I am again, too. America's back. As long as you're not a victim of that, you're doing great. People say rape and all the other stuff, harassment is somewhat manageable, though it can affect emotions. Some people stop eating and want to die. Pero if you're not a victim of stuff, America's back. That's from this book. What else? 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 There's this now. What else? 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 Via Bank is now downtown. Oh, it doesn't cost more because it's downtown. Some men want to make that a point to their wives that live in the suburbs. And they're like, well, but what if I get downtown where there's a Tiffany? It's like stupid from the suburb. You can order Tiffany online, so you already have all the money that I was going to give you, and it's enough for Tiffany. What else? Have you heard about those? Yeah. What else? So as long as you're not a victim of theft, America's back. Where was I? Was that something I read on Instagram? I hate when that happens. There's Kayla Michelle Barnes, and I'm gonna give him self-defense someday. And nothing can get me to follow her. Oh, Kate Moss. What else? Um, but what did it say? COVID-19? I already wrote it. Nothing I wrote over something. I'm talking with my mouth on. I feel like I have to see it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. If only she didn't have a. And she did not consider any of her side gigs like a career. So she's like, I was just in this movie, whatever. Pero like, I just wish she had no, or I knew nothing about her. And then like, that's how I see her, like a nobody that does nothing. Trophy wife material for someone. What's her name? Like Jessica Chan. And that was the works I see. What else? What else? What else? Anyways, yellow and purple. What else? Is wealth is wealth like a real thing? Oh, but it's the best day of 2025. That's so weird. Save it so I can read more about it later. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. He was just a colleague. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And some people are mad at me because I didn't lobby for that. And his parents were like, that was our baby's job. Had it been her, her parents would have been lobbying for her to do it. So I just partook. Visited people that I had divorced at age 2. When I was like 8 or 9 years old, bored in my parents' home. They're like, imagine this is the kingdom that IKEA building, the long one. And if people are willing and available, just ask them what makes you a good CEO. So they won't hate the Chan children. for being Americano, leading Facebook, or lobby for him for myself. My parents possibly collected money from those people that I've never seen. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know, what was I, like 7? No, maybe 4. Forget was that in Puerto Rico. I was like 4 or 8. What else? What else? What else? What else? Crying that I want a baby with my colleague already. What else? He hates me. I don't blame him for raping me. But I was. What else? What else? What else? Not the most gentleman-like in my book, but we were young. And Priscilla's. And no, she was not part of it. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. So was the whole town too. If that happened. How many were there a while ago? Still one in every 24 residents. Or then maybe with a field. What else? 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 Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada has plenty of eggs. Because people are so busy. What else? Some people want to know. What do I know? How to say it? How do people say it? Do people really say, oh, Canada has plenty of eggs? American customs. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, he killed my mother for my period arrived when I was 10. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, that's class right there, isn't it? Oh, girl, let's get together. I know who you know and who. What, what else? I'm so weird. I mean, I'm so bored. What could I? What? Meal on. Oh, that's cute, dude. Oh, my mommy just died too. And Kaylani and I may have a track record of being tag team winners. Que no sé, mamá, lo que estoy segura. What else? 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 What was I saying? More. Unclear why one goes on. From now onward. uh, I miss cooking for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? That was pretty. That was so pretty. Capital Punishment Worth is what that's called. So cute. He's terrifying. Don't you see this? Why can I do this? Oh, like that. I don't think I'm the only person that's done that. I've been in the presence of people that did that. They have a thirsty young game. And Matt Martinez 2018 account. And I throw away the paint too. And now they have gray hair. Oh, why is that? That it does that. There. A lot of people do that, possibly. That's why I don't pursue it. They're so overextended, so used, pero así mismo bailan. So lindo down to the air guitar, así de alto son. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. And I was like way into business reading and to start from the top. What else? White Lotus. And I can't remember. Captains. Are my captains. I have pulls for another time. What else? What else? What What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. There's so cool. Castillo Senators. What else? I'm bored. What should I read? What else? Is there something? Which I was just like, what's the difference? My vagina is and it's not official. Larry, where's my push me? What else? 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 I've seen that already. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What is oh Fiesta's here? Soon. What else? Oh my electricity bills past due and I was paying for it. With una mamaita. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, I just read 2019 there. I miss my hero. Is he a leech? Or he tries for the town? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. When does the bus get here? Oh. And I'm like halfway-ish through this. When I'm in the mood for it. So, the bus will be here soon. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, he's laughs and says she does. I think she's never given me an orgasm. She was screaming, "What a sandal! What a sandal! I'm gonna kill you one day." What else? What else? What else? He's dangerous as fuck. So, 88167 Broadway and Patterson. $9.52. Will I get there by 10:30? Possibly. That maybe might be. Maybe not. It's a good charge. Currently living in an apartment that the city provided for me, courtesy of Lalich, that steals my money and wants to teach me a lesson that I don't own shit if I don't have dollars. And that made me stay in government housing or city housing. Es como si yo me estuviera quedando en la casa de Carissa. Si me estuviera quedando en la casa de Carissa, me estaría fucking mi primo, possibly, if he lives there. I'm not gonna invite him to see dead in jail. Ew, they thought that I would be like, Clarissa. Ya me acuerdo de Fernandito. What's his last name? El papá de Richie. Okay, aunque no tenga chanclas nuevas. Porque that's how he described me decades ago. Nina, aunque no tenga chanclas nuevas. Déjame darte una mamadita. Oh, that's so weird. Coño, Arlene, like, déjame darte una mamadita. I think I'm gonna blow up buildings one day. Reason. Before 9/11, 2001. Que yo nunca le pegué a anyone maybe. After this embarrassment, una mamadita. I learned Spanish just for this. What else? What else? What else? Aunque no tenga chancletas nuevas, pero no tenga nada, voy a understand que para eso no te compré nada. Para que te muera because we're not men. So the only, not the only way to say this, but the only way to say es si me dejan que te dé una mamadita, por favor. Then they were like, well, then you must not care about those people that will die during 9/11. 2001 then. Así no es como se hablan de relaciones sexuales. They think that because they habla lich que se lo mama nada más porque lo mira a los ojos. Oh, ew. I'm strawberries. Another game with me or like aliens. Next week, I already picked a restaurant. Remember my other favorite? What else? What else? What else? But without saying that, it's like, well, since you and I live together, so my roommate. What else? say my roommate, I would like to, what is it? To, what is, the whole staff. Oh, se quedan sin plano loco. La gente dice, porque ellos se lo maman y me roban mi dinero, so I can date. Son una gente tan puerca, no como cocinan. Ew. Anyways, what was I saying? Rosa, my roommate. I'm like, well, I want. Alright. Whether he visit with me or not, surprisingly, he was always in. There's a controversial infused Bible, infused David, and who cares if they killed themselves? They shouldn't be coming down. That's how they need to explain it. That's inappropriate content. Don't go on killing. But did you know que hay veces supuestamente si quieren and they're still trying to take down each other? A ver quién. What else? What else? What else? Lord. What else? What else? Why do you think that is this even real? Why do you think? Oh, I just have to make a trip. Oh, I said that to Sarah Wesley in 2020. Do I have money in my necklace? What do you think? We just have to have a business in Trinidad Tobago with Ariana, I love. Ew. Every movie about the mafia that they watch, they try to recreate. uh, with logo. Ay, chiquito, se algo. No me devuelve mi dinero. Oh, what, what else? What else? Born. OMG, who profits? Oh, this. Oh, su amiga Vanessa was the my ring. Didn't I say this a while ago already? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Esa gente son unos puercos, una asquerosidad. What else? What else is this? Not relatable. Pero, how they think that I look? What else? Bored. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I know I'm not looking for polyamorousmen.com. That just happens naturally. My dad may be good at that. Or my mother may. What else? 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 I'm bored. What else? That's a pretty dress. What else? That's a pretty dress. What else? What else? I'm so bored. There's no pizzeria. They're in the castle here. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ooh, they have a good breakfast taco. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And I eat anytime thing. What else? What else? I could be working out right now. What else? What is that cover? KK, who was Mommy Young? Why is it open? Let's see. What? What else? I want a brand new iPhone. And what is from the this is the Defender case order. Oh, what is this for? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. Not buying cheese whiz just because I don't have electricity in my apartment. You can decapitate me, how many Suarez sons. Then rape me to steal my money and get in the way of mercy and money. What else? What else? Oh, do the painting goes to their kids if they get the. And people say you're not obligated to do so, but she's not profiting from this. And that she did. So take a screenshot of this. I'll get you a t-shirt for his non-funeral. And there you can remember him that way. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's me before decades ago. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I want to say the Best Western downtown today versus San Antonio Zamor. So please don't infiltrate like here. Oh, that was why he was mad. Was that mural already there? Or people were upset that like you took the leash to San Antonio Zamor? One person's watching, one has like this house. That's hilarious if he isn't the one in the picture. That's hilarious. So with my own money, I got asked on a date to the Best Western. I declined because it was extremely abusive. Bye. being poor. What else? 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 And my siblings have been trying to kill me since before my birth. For to be the only child, ew, to be like last woman standing with my dad. Una asquerosidad, gente, full. Ew, ew, ew. Ew. So I said no, you're leech. Days later, weeks later, he's like, pues, yo llevé a Johanna, chiquito. Yo llevé a Timmy. Possibly with my own money, full, gente puerca. Que gente puerca. You can decapitate Joanna Vargas, Dalich. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez, Lorenzo Sons, that raped me and steal my money and get away with your same money. You can decapitate Jimmy Jandaliris, Lorenzo Suarez. What else? 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 Anyways, I'm bored. I'm bored. What do I want an iPhone? Cute, but not to my liking. That's a cute one, the black one there. What else? What else? I just read. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. That gets in the way of me receiving money. That steals my vehicles. That stays in my homes. Without my permission, it could be the staff here too. That stays in my homes without my permission. It's possible we've been traveling to San Antonio for more than 30 years. Raping people because he stole my money to date him. He then stole my money entirely and gets in the way of me receiving money. And then he terrorized my parents to not provide for me, trying to rape me while he gets in the way of me receiving money and steals my money. There's no such thing as first dibs of my vagina. El cojón bruto, una asquerosidad. Ew, he discovered, he's not a man, but he discovered what dating is. So he owes me back, so I can't date. Because I'm happy with myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So there the fuck is that what I was saying here? Without some people knowing it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else do you think of my siblings self defense for me? I love to give PSAs. But then they're like, well, wow. But did you know that he was fucking Carolina Conseco in all of this? Porque in 2023, Carolina Canseco was like, hey guys, but what do you know about this? And we're like, nothing, pero mira, I start jumping with it. That's what teta así. And we have a beach house in Aguada, Puerto Rico. It's nothing fancy, but it will show you a good time. Even we'll even have the event catered. And Chanchullo Cuchifrito will be there, but you'll see him. Oh, you'll never see him. Right. Sometimes they even spell it out that way. And if that is his girlfriend, what did I say? Carolina Canseco. She omits the part of rape, just like he's an incredible person with me. And then she's like, what the fuck is this? They all got guns. They're like, they're registered to our names. And they're gonna kill you in self defense. And I didn't authorize that for them to get guns in my name. One, Gloria Risa Samputa, so abused decades ago. Then one has a power of attorney to act on behalf of me decades ago, and he's much older than me. So they may have registered guns in my name and terrorize people orgies. So una gente tan cafre, una basura, una asquerosidad. And then he's like, pero why? How is it que Carolina Canseco y Fernanda Ponce de León también está aquí? How did you find them? Y él lo tenía todo calladito, que él las viola y sale en Univision. Fue porque ya ellos han demostrado el bikini, lo que trae gala en los TV y novelas Premio Juventud. So at least like one, no one premio, like at least tres premios para ver que tiene estilo diferente. Los Grammy desde con, what is her name? The rapist wannabe woman. That her dad was also en periodismo. Que ella reporta con las otras cuero que andan en Telemundo, en Televisa. No, ellos la traen a Guada y la violan y las terrorizan. What else? What else? What else? María Celeste Rara y la otra. Porque no suena mucho. What else? Cristina Saralegui también. Anyways, what else? So ellos se violan y violan un asco que dan. Ese nene grew up to be that dumb too. Fool. Show no promises when he was a kid. As an adult, he stayed face. Salich, you can decapitate Maribel Muñiz Matias. You can decapitate 18 years older than me that raped me when I was 3. That terrorized me with pictures of himself. And Gigi Jandaliris and that Stephanie girl. Que si con cuero, que si en la playa. It's like, that could have been you if you had pursued me. I'm like, raped? Si tú no eres ni un hombre. Just with my look. So they're after starving me and stealing from me. And they're after chanchullo baratos culo too. What else? Esa tipa una puerca. You can decapitate Believe Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Urias. You can decapitate La Leach, Ginny Jandaliris Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Gaminos Carrera, still students and Canani Child Support Money. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. Oh, did he rape Katie Leon too? Oh, and fucking G, porque ellos le traen a alguien that looks like me all the time, like the same. Those girls scream rape. Ew. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo that only gives bad news. You can decapitate Carolina Chávez for su tipo una puerca. Se roba mi vehículo, se roba mi casa, se roba mi dinero. Se roba mi panty nueva en mi casa. Se las pone y las deja sucias en mi casa as an act of terrorism, so I can't enter my own home to get my money and my vehicles and my books and whatever panty nueva I want to take with me. You can decapitate me. How many daughters and sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money? You can decapitate Sarah Frances LaLeach that got emancipated at 16 to steal my identity. You can decapitate your parents, Misty, if she has other siblings that I haven't met that also steal from me. Oh, ella tiene una hermana. Doesn't she que también me roba? O hay alguien que siempre tiene like, una hermana que dice a mí no me metan en esos líos, ya yo lo reporté a la policía y no me meto con ustedes. Y un hermano también, creo. La casa que ella tiene en Kissimmee me pertenece a mí. No, I'm like, ¿verdad que esta comida es Great Lemon? Sí, sigue comiendo, que te voy a envenenar. What else? What else? So I'm being patient porque the FBI can see it all over me. Then I'm a human worthy of living. But I need some tweaking. And that they need to either kill these leeches for me or me living life so pleasantly by myself, Jenny Kilani, that I don't ever remember existence. And if I get a paper gum, not like maldita sea, chanchullo, chancleta, gato, barato, traficante de humanos, violador, cafetería. Been said to. What else? What else? You can decapitate Liam Baker. I'm so bored. What else? What else? No one wants a bloodbath anywhere. I don't want to ruin the for anyone. So if I got a place to kill these leeches in self-defense, we can now even the other age ones have shown some signs of grossness still. I get them together individually. They don't even get along anymore. I can get them together. So dumb. For real. Trying to get their confidence. What else? What else? What else? La próxima vez invito yo de veras. Y los mato. For real. For real. What else? What else? Y que Facebook friends, gente. Esta tecatería bellaquería. Y aceptan un friend request. Si fui yo la que le envié el friend request, yo las voy a matar a todas en un field. A ellas dos también. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Benjamin Sonnerson's sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving. You can give me money in person through PayPal. PayPal es AR Blue Sky Designs Con, lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart, Sorry. Shop INTAY My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. There's also PayPal. I am Tire Shop. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Semi-relatable. Semi-relatable. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Down to así se ve la leech que lo viola en mi cama. For what else? What else? What else? What else? Like she's more into herself than him, or she could be into him. What else? What else? Él que es un puerco quizá, or this is someone's beautiful life. El que viola mi cama for. Okay, some people wanted the picture of like how is that they do it. Then I'm not a menorita que doesn't know what sex is. Without showing actual pictures. So my dad Derek is goes and just wait for Jerry Soul to explain it to you. Obviously, como ellos van a decir que tú no sabes lo que es sexo. If they were complaining, please get this out of the swing seesaw trampoline of my dick when you were like 1 or 2 years old, and be like, wow, like I have like we all been raising this together, like what the fuck, pero ya no compara, like hay gente de la edad de ella más o menos y no me compara con ella. When they were talking about me, so my dad gets so mad when they're like, "Ay, que una menorita que no sabe lo que es sexo." Ew. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? For real, so overdue. Excuse. I'm so overdue. What else? Oh wow, that's good. What else? That's really good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This went on? No fucking way. 0 people are watching when it's like this post. Almost half of these people have possibly stayed in my homes with chanchullo, cuchifrito, that sometimes profiles people, or some people say it's so much fun, like, oh my, so humanitarian, that I did the wrong thing. Isn't that sexy? No, when they're like a chopping block, literally, that I'm trying to form. For I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that stays in my homes, that steals my vehicles, that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my money, that gets in the way of me receiving money. Look at what I just did. I have nothing to hide. As the guy is when I do that, so you just live it well. What else? Oh, the first one applies to every person. Trying to learn that. Smart isn't the only Republican politician who's attacked that institution. The two is to consider defend the actions of Trump. Oh, she may be outing other people too. What? The admin even admitted in a court filing that they mistakenly sent a legal U.S. resident there. And they what else? I'm just getting to this. Justly imprisoned. So conservatives who used to stand for the Constitution. There's like a minute-long video on Instagram now. Their beliefs in service of their daddy Trump. He can do no. Oh, if she's still in love with him, why are there pictures of them together? I can see. The good news is most Americans. Okay, she's an illegal prostitute. I was wrong. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ah, oh my forehead! What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate. And Rebecca Washington, they still stay in my homes without my permission, steal my vehicles now that they can drive. Oh, I didn't wait for them to like actually turn legal to start saying that I don't ever think about them. What else? 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 If they steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. 4, Rebecca Washington has a baby. Ew. 4. That's highlighted. Array baby, gente. Array baby phone. La compró con un Lexus. Ew. What else? What else? What else? Phone. What is the leech's name for if it turns out to be a leech? What else? What else? What else? The leech has a name, or is it gonna be a? Oh, it's what else? What else? What else? What else? Years ago, I didn't know who that leech was. You can decapitate me. How many sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money? Oh, that's another breast milk baby. People say that's what people call it. Él le paga para que le deje mamar las tetas. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Dan asco. Dan asco. Yeah. What else? It's 9:15. Am I leaving soon or not? So the bus will get here when 88,167. Anyways, I want a brand new Lexus for myself tomorrow because the dealership already is closed. Where will I live? There's so much that I want to do with dating Kinlani here that I haven't left. What else? Definitely not making it to 9:27. So I'm stuck here until 9:53. Ew, qué tipa tan fea. O la mamá, la madre de ella también lo viola a él. What else? What did she want to say behind the scenes? But did he fly you somewhere on a second date? Ew. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. That's tonight. Because I don't have money for tickets, so I'm like, if I had money for tickets, I'm gonna be saying that. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What the fuck is this? Some people can handle it if they have entertainment, wardrobe at home, a pool in their own. When I just swim every morning and then just work and go about my day, and I live for swimming. That baby is coming. That baby is coming. Yeah, she was born when in 2019. I mean, in August. So November, December, enero, febrero, abril, way past this kid is expensive and will make it. She's still pregnant. Oh, some people gauge like it's past abortion time. It's just like I'm still pregnant. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'll seek out later. So I'll save that and share it from the library tomorrow. What? That is so relatable. What is this? Oh no, thrift store coming soon. What else? What? That's so good. That's like you at your grandma Cholula's home singing suavemente at 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. midnight too. What else? What else? What else? That's so fun. I want to try that. What else? They're in the house. That is so funny. OMG, there's Arabs out there. My primas see this and they try, oof. They try to kill the can or try to make it look Arab. Para que se vea más rico de lo que. Así se tratan. Oh. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Porque eres peor que tiene que pegar. Oh no. That's so sad, man. What else? 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 What is this? These are pretty. What else? What else? What else? So I dance at a coffee shop. What else? I take it to the restroom. I haven't watched Undead at Jimmy Fallon just yet. What else? Siempre San Antonio says there's almost Pluma. Porque they're like, well, now we can't visit Starbucks because our name seems to be a permanent fixture. So I must create a different place, but that means money. What else? 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 I need one of these just to talk about my vagina close to my vagina penis. No, I may have recorded like a sky with the damn thing. Pero does he have it? I bought a camera just to record his penis on my vagina and documented that he and I had sex for an FBI agent needs to see. Oh, that's how they're so dumb. And they take advantage of people. La leech, they say, well, if you want him to be attracted to you, send me a picture of you and your most sexiest, or a video of you having sex with your experience. I mean, so he can see. Y así viola. Él no es hombre, no lo sabe. Así de bruto es, he's so dangerous. For real. For real. What is this thing? Oh, chicken sound. Anyways, the bus will be here in 30 minutes.